What is going on, YouTube? Welcome back to another adventure with the Bearded Bobber. And today's video, I want to talk about the Saddlemen Step-Up seat. Now, you guys saw that I installed it, but I want to give you a review. And I've actually had this seat on there for about a little bit over 4,000 miles now. So we're going to talk about how it felt to break it in on a long trip and how idiotic I was for doing so. And you know, just the seat in general, how it's felt for me. Everybody's going to feel different, of course, but the best I can give you is my personal experience. So I'm going to jump on the bike. You guys have seen the seat, but I'm going to talk about the seat while I'm riding in the seat. Let's do a little bit of vlogging. Let's get going. Guys, just a little bit of background. We are in Redlands, California. We got the cookie corner right over there, if you guys have seen on my Instagram. And it's next to the old Kokorian, now movie studio grill, whatever. But cookie corner, awesome people, and some awesome cookies. So I actually got to bring a couple home for Bombshell right now. I got them in the saddlebag. But we were talking about the Saddlemen Step-Up seat. So let's do that. We're going to be running up through Mentone from Redlands. Don't know how far we'll get. Alright guys, so we're on a much better road now. We can talk about this Saddlemen seat, the Step-Up. You guys can see I have the white diamond stitching, and I actually went to Saddlemen to get this seat made. I actually was lucky enough to go out there and talk to them. You know, I did initially want to push the seat back a little bit. They told me that their road sofa does that, but this one does not. And that was unfortunate, but at the same time, once I got it done, or once I got to put it on, because I did it for looks more than anything else. That's why I got this seat. Now, is that a good reason to get a seat? In my opinion, yes. Really? Not so much. Considering day one, I took this to Sturgis, and from Yucaipa, California to Elko, Nevada, it was like 656 miles. Was not a good idea. I was numb all underneath there. I'm reaching down, grabbing, making sure everything's still there because I can't feel shit. And yeah, there's plenty of rooms for jokes there, but I was very numb. This gel and everything needed broken. Wasn't a smart idea, but it took me a cool minute before I was able to actually get it going and get it on the bike. So I didn't have the time to break it in. Figured a nice 3,800 mile trip to Sturgis and back would do the job. And it has. Feels pretty good. I got more lumbar, like a little bit more lumbar support down there. And for me, it pushed my back, but it let my ass slide back a little bit. So that was actually the reach I wanted. I didn't want all these damn stop signs, but apparently I'm going to get them all. And even though it's in the 90s. There we go. And this fairing is blocking plenty of wind right now. So, the seat was great. The other sissy bar I had on here pushed my bag up a little bit, so I didn't get the full range of seat during the trip, which put me up on the tank a little bit, but that is not Saddlemen's fault. On this one, Ginz Choppers actually give me the brackets with a little bit extended, so that way it fit everything perfectly, and the next trip I will be perfectly set. That being said, it's definitely a lot more stiff than the stock seat. The stock seat is very soft. I've actually debated about getting that one reupholstered for trips. But at the same time, I absolutely love this seat. The look, the feel on my lower back, I can't get enough of it. Now, from what I know, you can't get the lower, like, a back rest piece with this one, which is unfortunate, but for me, I wasn't going for that style anyway. So it's kind of like picking your battles. I went with looks, and this one ended up feeling really good for me. So it was a win-win for me. But guys, yeah, after it's been over 4,000 miles now with this seat and that big trip, you know, I'm loving it. It's got a good push there. I like to actually get up here on the back of it every once in a while when my butt's going a little numb. which I think no matter what on long like trips, you're gonna end up start going numb. 300 miles in, sitting on your keister, you know, it's got to get to you eventually. We're gonna right here on Star Trek. Oh, look at the Hot Wheels. The Hot Wheels are pretty dope. Okay, guys, talking about the seat, and you know, you've seen the bike, you've seen the seat. Let me know down in the comments what you think. I know you have already before, just by the looks, but let me know what questions you might have that I might be able to answer. Maybe something I'm not thinking of right now. A couple things. This does come back farther than the stock seat. Stock seat, I think, is right about here-ish. But this is pretty nice. Bombshell didn't have any complaints about riding on this. The other sissy bar had a little point on it, so a little bit of issue there. But I mean, it's been really good. Right here is a little bit more narrow than the stock seat. The stock seat comes a little bit wider. So that's definitely an improvement for the like inner legs of where you're standing and, you know, stuff like that while you're sitting. Not necessarily a bad thing. The stock one wasn't too wide, but this one definitely feels a little bit better. It is a little bit taller at the same time, so it's not like you're getting a whole lot of leg grip back. It's just going to be different. My legs came in a little bit more instead of being a little bit bowed, but I went up a little bit instead of being a little lower. But it's been a fantastic experience for me. Like I said, this part came back a little bit, and then this part pushed forward a little bit, so that helped my lower back and pushed me back just a hair, even though technically the seat is not longer than the stock seat with their specs. But for me, it felt great. It felt really good with the KSD bars that I have. So far, everything has just been really good. Like I said, for me, I did like the softer seat on long trips, but I can't complain at all, you know, about this seat now that it's actually broken in. That was my bad of not breaking it in first. You know, I'd like to do another long trip with the stock seat just to kind of compare for myself. If you are looking for a backrest and maybe to extend it a little bit more, for sure, they do have the Road, I believe it's called the Road sofa seat. They got some cool styles with that as well. It's got more of a round shape to it, and it doesn't have this step-up look, but it does have a little bit of stitching in the middle and the sides. From what I've seen, they have a few good color options that you can change this whole side panel here. You can change out this. You can add different grip. Lots of options from what I've seen. So that was really cool. For me, this was the absolute look I wanted. I was taking that from Big B, and I know he's got a red stitching on his now, but I mean, the white stitching, the white bike, it just it looked great. If something happened and I painted this bike black or something, white stitching would still at least go with it, and that was cool. Saddlemen also offers a like insurance policy to where they'll change out the stitching and different stuff. If something, you know, if the seat gets cut, they'll repair it. You know, something I'm going to look into, because you can buy it after you've had your seat. So I'm going to look into that myself. I don't know what I'll do, but I may actually end up doing a Saddlemen Step-Up seat on the bobber. That's still up in the air. I have a review to do for that step-up seat as well. Definitely different than this one, just size-wise in general. But other than that, looks and feel are absolutely great. So there it is, guys. That is the Saddlemen Step-Up review. Like I said, please leave any comments or questions down below, and I will try to get to them as best that I can. But, you know, now I've had it not only on the trip, but the day-to-day without the bag and everything else, trying to put it through some paces. I've had it on a couple cold days of like 40 degrees, and for me it felt really good. I don't have gel in the rear, but I do have gel in the front. I don't have a passenger enough for me to want the gel. You know, if I did, I would totally go with it. It seems the gel's a lot better, but at the same time, like I said, Bombshell had no complaints about this, so it was smooth sailing for the little bit of two-up that we have done with it. Like I said, she liked it. It's got plenty of room. You can see right there. It is a little narrow, so it doesn't have that cup feel. Some people want that cup feel. but for her, I would think that'd be the only thing she'd say. She'd rather have that feel as well. But when you're going 2 up every once in a while, this is still a comfy seat to do. All right, guys, stay safe, stay classy, and I'll catch you on the next one.